Authentic, fun, relatable, and slightly provocative. Just another hang with your besties. It's CK Mornings and the In Case You Missed It podcast.
Alana is not with us this week. She's off. Just the guys here today. I don't know if this story would help having a female influence or not, Matt. I have told you many times I do not like snakes.
Yeah.
This is another reason why I do not. And let's all be adults here as I tell you this story out of Bangkok. A man was left fighting for his life after suffering severe blood loss when a python bit him.
No way.
Yes.
No.
It bit him on the...
No way.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Bit him on the old twigs and berries, man.
How does that happen?
Yep. He was using the toilet.
No.
Yes.
Are you serious? One of these stories?
This is why I will never go to Bangkok and use the washroom.
No kidding.
Oh, my Lord. This story, let me tell you. 38-year-old guy goes to use the washroom in his home. And according to reports, he reached down after feeling a sudden, sharp pain, only to find the python's jaws clamped onto the tip of his... You know what I mean?
No way.
Yes. In a panic, he called out for his wife, struggling to free himself from the grip of an 11-foot snake. Now, this guy went above and beyond, okay? So he got bit. We're adults here. He got bit on the penis by a 11-foot python.
Wow.
But before losing consciousness, he managed to tie a rope around the snake's head and then secured it to the bathroom door to prevent it from getting away.
What?
What is happening here? What? Okay, let's put ourselves in this position for a minute, okay? You're at your most vulnerable, going to the washroom. First of all, you don't see an 11-foot python in there. How did you miss that? Regardless, he sits down. A python snaps him right in the family jewels. He is losing consciousness. He's losing so much blood. Yet, he decides, first of all, why is there a rope in the bathroom?
Yeah, that's another question.
Ties a rope around the snake's head and then to the door so it doesn't get away.
What?
At that point, all I would want is for it to get away. Right?
Yeah.
No. And first of all, tying a rope to a snake? That's some Boy Scout stuff right there.
Yeah, how do you, because you think that they would slip right out.
Finally, yeah. What kind of knot do you, I don't get it. Anyway, so there's some footage from the scene. Crews had to extract the python from the toilet's plumbing, had to use hammers to dismantle parts of the system. The snake, captured, placed in a bag, and then later released into the wild to bite again. This guy is fighting for his life, man, because of a python that swam through the pipes of his home.
Yeah, forget about that. Like, I'm not going to Bangkok anytime soon. There's pythons swimming around in those pipes.
This guy's a little bit of a hero, though. I don't know the follow-up to this story. I know he's fighting for his life, but I don't know if he is still the man he used to be.
Yeah, that's another question, too, yeah.
Yeah, that does not say that in this story. But what a man move that was, by tying the snake to the bathroom door. Yeah.
This is wild.
It looks like I'm canceling my trip to Bangkok. Not for me. We're into June now, which means a lot of the networks are onto their summer seasons, which is where they test out a lot of shows. And back tonight, Matt, this is one of my guilty pleasures.
All right.
17th season premiere.
Oh, no.
Of American Ninja Warrior. Yes, it's back on NBC. We went on vacation a couple years. Wow, it might have been 10 years ago now. And we had a TV for the first time at this cottage. And this was basically the only thing on for a week. And we just got hooked on it. Me and the kids running around the backyard trying to be American Ninja Warriors. Yeah. I love this show.
Yeah, my wife and I got stumbled upon this show a couple years ago, too. And we were totally into it for a while.
You hate that you love it. I'm like, why do I keep watching this?
Yeah.
Basically, contestants from all over will try to make their way through an obstacle course with some challenges, and they're like the strongest, most nimble athletes ever.
Yeah.
And then at the very end, what do they call that wall? They just run right up a wall.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's like a half pipe almost for for skateboarders, but yeah.
They just run straight up it. And then they get to the top and like, ding. Like, man, I wouldn't even make it past the little balance platforms off the top.
Yeah.
I would
There's some
fall right
crazy
off.
stuff in there, like the upper body strength too, and they're like going and like you're like, you know, when you get these little tiny grips that you have with your fingers, and they're like moving from one thing to the next, and the salmon ladders and all this stuff they're doing. It's like unbelievable.
It's absolutely crazy. Tonight, 8 o'clock at NBC. It is back, the 17th season premiere
of American Ninja Warrior.
Nerd alert!
I've gone over my science journals
Right.
for some latest headlines to share with you today. Bring you up to speed, make you feel a little smarter today, okay? All right, nerd news headline number one is in bug news. Two of the most destructive types of termites have started mating in South Florida, and they have created a super termite. This is the definition of a toxic relationship.
Yeah.
You know when you shouldn't be with somebody, but you can't help yourself? Like the tension is just too hot. That's what's going on with these termites. Both species are known as prolific breeders, and they spread rapidly.
Wow.
Oof.
That is not good.
No. But I think we all kind of grew up with that kid in your class, right? The parents should have never gotten together.
And then when they do, they end up having way too many kids.
Yes. These are the prolific breeders amongst us. These destructive termites are, they're quite the problem down in Florida right now. All right, I got some bird news for you, too. A study found hummingbirds have evolved to have thinner, longer beaks, and it's all because of hummingbird feeders. Hummingbird feeders got popular after World War II, so it took them less than a century to evolve to the longer, thinner beaks.
Wow.
So that they can get in there.
That's kind of wild that
Yeah.
like, didn't take that much time at all.
No, that's not that long ago. That hummingbirds are like, we got to change something. We can't get in there. What we got to do is get thinner beaks.
Gotta get some beak extensions.
Now it's natural. All right, last one here. Nerd news for you today. We still don't know why we can't tickle ourselves. You ever wonder that? Why can't we tickle ourselves? Researchers in our home country, Matt, of the Netherlands, they did a deep dive on it, and they really couldn't come up with anything. Basically, the fact that the brain cancels out your own touch, but you can't cancel out others' touch because we can't predict their movements. So you can try as you might, you're not going to tickle yourself. You can touch yourself in the exact same place, but your brain basically tells you it's coming. Where somebody else does it, you don't know where they're coming from. That's why.
That's interesting.
Yeah. The Dutch came up with that one. You can see my Oma sitting around the panel. Yeah. Okay, you got to tickle me now. Yelling at my Opa. Tony! Anton! Stop tickling me! Going back and forth.
Yeah.
Imagine if our Omas got together, man.
No.
What was your Oma's name?
My Oma's name?
Yeah.
Oh, man, just Oma. We just got her.
Just she didn't have a first name.
That
Yeah.
was Nelcha.
Nelcha. Yeah, I know you. I know you from back in the day coming over on the boat. Tickle me. They would have went back and forth forever. One thing that did come out of this, the scientific term for aggressive tickling is gargolesis. Gargolesis for aggressive tickling.
Aggressive tickle.
Yeah. You know when you get like a deep tickle? Like it's too deep in the armpit? You're like, oh, okay. Gargolesis.
Is that what you have to yell out when somebody's doing it? Gargolesis!
Gargolesis was actually my Opa's name. Yeah! Gargolesis, get back to bed! Monday morning means Pet of the Week, and Miriam joins us from the Pet and Wildlife Rescue to tell us about Nova, who's a Pomeranian and is available for adoption right now. Miriam, what do we need to know about Nova?
Nova is fantastic, is what you need to know. She's so fantastic, even though I'm not a big Pomeranian fan, because I picture them a little bit as, yappy balls of fur. I take her home every night. She's fantastic. She's just so happy all the time. You just look at her. I mean, look at her picture. She's got a big smile on. This is her. This is always her. She's always happy. that's my kind of dog, you know.
Miriam, dogs don't smile.
Have you looked at her picture?
I'm looking at her picture right now. That's not a smile.
That's a big grin. She's so happy. She's happy all the time.
All right. Well, it sounds like she's already found her home. She's going home with you every night.
You know what? No, I like to foster, so I'm gonna keep a spot open for the next dog that needs a temporary home. But she's great. She gets along with the dogs. She gets along with the cats, though. I got to tell you, it's pretty funny. If my cat starts running, she loves a good chase. So she's not aggressive at all, but she just likes to have fun.
I would think Nova, and I think a pet going into your home, because you have multiple pets, right? So if they can get along in that environment, they would get along in a busy environment at other houses.
Well, exactly. And honestly, I think she really likes people a lot. I think she'd be such a fantastic pet for anybody who lives even in an apartment. She's not the typical constant barking, Pomeranian. She only barks when there's people walking by that are close to the house. And if you just redirect her, she stops and just walks away. I think she thinks it's her job. She's very proud of herself when she finds something to bark at. It's pretty cute to watch. But she's a little bit older. She's between 6 and 7 years old. So, I mean, I would say probably not a, super busy household full of kids, because I think she needs a quieter home so she can really enjoy the company of, 1 or 2 people. So a perfect pocket-sized pet who's going to make somebody super happy. She's just a little ray of sunshine.
Nova's got some big old eyes, too. Have a look at Nova on our website at 943CKSY.com or PAWR.org. Miriam, thanks for your time today.
Thank you so much.
Yesterday morning, I drove out to Rondeau and took the dog for a walk. I love getting out to like Rondeau or Erie.
Yeah.
Like it feels like you're in a different place.
Yep.
Get the campground there. I took a walk through the campground. I'm telling you, a walk in a Sunday morning at the campground, because everyone's kind of let the fire burn down, so you got the campfire smell. Bustling activity because people are packing up and going home. It was just a good vibe. Good vibe yesterday. So we walked, I parked at the store there and did like the loop, which is about 5K, 5.5K or so. So we set off, and it was a crisp morning. It was nice. I had a question, though, okay? Because my dog gets the excited poops. I don't know what happens. We were literally on the road for 30 seconds, and she had 3 squats.
Oh, my goodness.
Full, solid poops.
Wow.
In 30 seconds. She'd drop one, I'd clean it up, she'd go a couple more steps, drop another. So here I am with 3 bags before we're even a minute into the walk. So my question for you is, do I need to pick up that poop? I'm in a wooded area. No one's picking up the raccoon poop. No one's picking up the deer poop.
Wow.
I'm not in the campground.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm on the road, and there's the woods.
Okay.
And she's on like the boulevard of the woods.
Right. So you're not really where anybody's walking.
Yeah, I'm not in a public
either necessarily.
I'm not on a path. I'm not in the sugar bush or whatever it's called. I'm just along the side of the road, and she pops a squat there. What is the rule on that?
That's a good question.
Because I could see if I was in the playground or the campsite or like on the beach. There's so many areas in a situation like that where I'm like, yeah, it's not where I'm going to leave her poop.
Yeah.
But do I need to pick it up? I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I carried it with me, but I started thinking about it. I'm like, why am I picking this up? What am I doing? Am I not in nature?
Yeah, is there a place where it's okay to do that?
Yeah. I just want fellow dog owners to...
Yeah, that's a good question, because at first I was thinking I was going to be all in on, like, of course you have to pick it up.
Yeah.
But now the more I think about it, I'm kind of like, oh, that's a bit of a gray zone.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Jojo says free fertilizer. It's for the trees.
Huh.
Maybe it is. And I completely get it. Like, if I'm in a neighborhood, if I go walking down my street and the dog poops on someone's lawn or my lawn, I'm picking it up because that, nobody wants that.
Sure.
I was in Rondeau. I'm walking down the main rip there in the wooded area. No cottages around. She pops a squat. Do I need to pick that up? Or do I just flip it into the woods further?
Yeah. So that's further away from where anyone would be walking.
Exactly. No one's walking through that area. I don't think deer are picking up after themselves. Squirrels are not doing it.
Yeah.
Raccoons are not doing it. I don't know if I have to do it.
Yeah.
Joe just says your lawn is different. Exactly. My neighbor's lawn is different.
Yep.
I'm in town,
Totally.
makes sense. If I was walking along and she popped on your campsite, Matt, I would certainly clean that up.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if there's a division of opinions between dog owners and non-dog owners.
Yeah.
I think dog owners would be more lenient to be more like, oh, that's fine. But I think non-dog owners are more like, oh, you pick it up.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Weigh in on this one, 519-354-8684. Because I did pick it up, but like what? Why was I doing that? I'm in nature.
Yeah.
This is nature. Kristen says, is your dog a native species to Rondeau? Maybe. We're not actually sure, Kristen.
See, that's what.
See, that's
I was wondering.
exactly.
Yeah,
Someone's gonna get on it.
Yeah.
Was someone gonna see and go, oh, well, let me dissect this deuce here? Come on. Kristen says it's bringing in germs otherwise.
Huh? And yeah.
Maybe somebody a little deeper into science can give me a better answer on that one.
Yeah.
I don't know. And she says she has dogs too. Okay, well, I guess I'll keep picking it up then. Now, is it bad that when I did pick it up, I flung it right into a campsite? It's like, threw it right on their roof? I knew our listeners would come through, Matt. Text line's always open. The Pizza Tonight studio line at 519-354-8684. I was saying I took the dog for a walk yesterday in Rondeau, and she popped a squat side of the road, basically in the woods, right? Middle of the woods there. And I said, do I need to pick it up there? I'm in nature. What's the deal there?
Yeah.
And Robin says, I have a dog, pick it up. I had a bunch of texts that say, yeah, you should pick it up. And then here's one from Chris. Chris says, he actually sent a link, and the story was dog poop versus wildlife poop. Not all excrement is created equally. And it is not. And it would leave an imbalance in the ecosystem if I were to leave it there.
Really?
So yeah, there you go.
That is interesting.
So you're saying if a deer now wanders into my yard in the city and poops, it could ruin the ecosystem in my yard. Is that what we're saying? Is that?
I got some questions now about this canoe trips I've been going on. Have I been contributing to an unbalanced ecosystem?
You and your thunder boxes.
Yeah.
Never thought about that, eh?
Yeah, so.
It says, not all animal poop is created equally. Things you should know. That's very interesting. High quantities of nitrogen and phosphorus that will cause imbalances in the ecosystem. Yeah, I'm just asking. I picked it up. I wasn't sure. I wanted to know. So no raccoon better wander into my yard. You ruin my ecosystem.
Yeah, that's right.
It is leave work early day today. So bye. Let's get out of here.
I can get behind this.
Yeah. Every day is a silly holiday. The reason for leave work early day is to show that you can be as productive with less time in the office. Try to convince your boss that, but that's what the meaning is for the day today. They got discussing this date online, and I want to see what you think about this, okay? The best get out of work early excuses. So, Matt, you've got are you officially a manager? What's your title?
I'm the assistant to the regional manager.
Assistant to the regional. But there are people that come to you if they need a day or sick. So, okay, so you got to let me know what you think about these gotta leave work early excuses. And if we're missing one, if we didn't catch one, I want to see a text at 519-354-8684. Number one is a family emergency. That's an easy one.
Yeah.
If I came brushing into you, go, I got a family emergency, I got to get out of here.
Yep.
You really can't question that.
No.
Right?
No.
Okay, so that's a good one. This one is you got the runs. Okay? Who's going to argue that?
Yeah.
Hey, I got to get out of here. Okay. You can't argue that.
No.
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
There's no excuse. Sick and or a headache. That's a general illness. Is that easy to float?
Yeah, that's a tougher one.
Yeah.
If it's migraine is okay. I don't get migraines, but from what I hear, they're really awful. So it's okay, I can give you that. But
give me that one.
It was just I got a bit of a headache. It's
what about this one? I come into your office, not me. Okay, let's say Alana walks in. She says, I've got women issues.
Oof.
Yeah. you got to let that happen.
Yeah,
right?
I don't ask any questions.
Yeah. If I said it, there's going to be some questions. You know what I mean? Like, again, as a manager, you let that go. Hey, I got a problem at the house. I got a water leak. I got something going on. Sump pump's overflowing. The laundry tub's overflowing. Something like that. I can only use that so many times, right?
Yeah.
Get out of work free card. I have an issue with a pet. Again, though, like, what kind of jerk boss are you if I'm like, my dog's choking on something?
Yeah.
That would be...
It's a tough one, especially if you know they have somebody else who might be at home or like might be able to do it. It's like, it's like...
Yeah. I think you get one of these. You get one free one, right?
Yeah.
Here's another one, a religious reason. I guess... Again, well, what's your religion?
Yeah.
Now you got to stick to it.
Yeah.
A forgotten appointment. Oh, man, I forgot I had an appointment. That's on you. What about these ones? These are less surefire, okay? Unexpected family members or guests at your house. What are you saying? You're like, you can... Again, I think you get a one-timer, right?
Yeah. These are if somebody uses all these one-timers, though, that's going to be...
That's true.
That's adding up.
Here's one. Okay, I like this one. I just got notified of fraud on my credit card. I got to go deal with this.
I think you can deal with that from your desk.
Okay.
I have.
Here's a submission. It says, I'm exhausted. It's worked for me. Really? I'm exhausted. Yeah. I'm tired. I don't think you're letting them go.
What?
No. Here's a funny one.
Here's a coffee.
Have a coffee. My grandparent has just passed away. But you only get that 4 times.
Yeah. That's
okay. And here's something to think about. You change jobs, you get another 4 grandparents back on the docket, right? Okay. There's some interesting ones here. Okay, so let's put yourself in the place of a manager, or have you got one that's worked for you? Today's leave work early day today. What are some of your surefire excuses to get out of work? Gord says the Barnstormers game starts at 2. I'm a season ticket holder. I got to get out of here. What do you got for us today? What's your leave work early excuse? Today is apparently leave work early day today, and I just realized I'm probably messing up a lot of people's thoughts on getting out of work early today by coming up with an excuse here. So they asked a bunch of people, they said, what's your surefire excuse to get out of work early? And number 1 was family emergency. Number 2 was you got a bowel problem. You got to go. You can't question that one.
Yeah.
You can't question that. So I asked for your surefire excuse to get out of work early, and I'm going to keep these anonymous so nobody gets in trouble, okay? Grandma got run over by a reindeer. I have a lawyer's appointment. School called and kid is sick. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Stat holiday, which I think they would know that, right?
Yeah.
We had a girl leave once because a tree fell on her house. Found out the next day it was her dog house. Tree fell in the house. Got to get out of here. No, it's just dog house. Okay, so I came up with the formula for an excuse. Okay, Matt, and you as somebody that has to deal with these. Okay, tell me if this works. Number 1, has to be out of the ordinary. Okay. Number 2 has to be unique. You've never used this one before.
Right.
And number 3, it has to be immediate. Like, it came up last minute.
Yeah.
You won't believe this.
Yeah.
And you can't make them bank on it. If they're like, every Monday, Chris comes up with an excuse to leave early.
Yeah, it can't be... Yeah, like if it's consistently on a certain day, like a Monday or a Friday, you're like, again? Like, really?
Yeah. See, so it's got to be unique. Okay? It's got to be out of the ordinary. Like, this isn't normal for you. You're like, oh, man, I won't believe it. My dentist just called. I got to go get fitted for, or whatever.
Yeah.
Today's the only day. And it's got to be immediate. They just changed my time. I got to go right now. Here's another one. Saying my child is sick. Never used it as a fake excuse yet, but I'm keeping it in my back pocket. That's a good one.
See, but you got to keep it in your back pocket.
Yes. You got to keep all these in your back pocket.
If your kid gets sick too many times, all of a sudden they're going to be like, you sure okay? Everything's okay with that child?
Yeah, what are you doing at home then? This pains me to do, Matt, but I have to do this because I promised Barry, who listens to the show, he's a big London Knights fan, and the London Knights Memorial Cup champions.
The London Knights will complete their Memorial Cup crusade for the third time in franchise history. The Knights are Memorial Cup champions.
Yeah.
As a Spitfire guy.
Yeah, that's a tough one to swallow, eh?
Yeah. Oh, Jeff just sent in a text. Go Knights, go. All right, I can take it for one day. You have your day, Knights fans. Go enjoy it. Finally get up to 3 Memorial Cups. The Spitfires have been there for years, but cool. Just wanted to point that out. Also wanted to point this out, Matt. Mm-hmm. The London Knights only lost 11 games in the regular season all year. I think they lost 2, maybe 3 in the OHL playoffs. 1 at the Memorial Cup. So
Yeah.
what's that? 15, 16, 17 losses all year.
It's pretty wild.
3 of them came to the Windsor Spitfires. Just wanted to point that out. Barry, Jeff, all the Knights fans that are texting in right now.
Yeah, I was at one of those games.
You were,
in
yeah.
Windsor, yeah.
You just can't be a Spits fan and be watching last night going, go Knights. Just didn't feel right. So the Knights won the Memorial Cup, the CHL championship, but we did have a local guy-ish that was part of the team last night. Jim Julian, he's from London, but he played some minor hockey with the Chatham-Kent Cyclones. He actually scored the first goal last night.
Passes through the middle. Here's Julian to the backhand. He scores.
So I'll cheer for that.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it just pains me because it's all over my social media.
Oh, yeah.
Getting tagged in things. Well, enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy it. We've had 3 Memorial Cups for a while now. It's nice that you can
Join the club.
Yeah, nice. Welcome to the club. Chance to win all this week. We got tickets to go check out Shawn Desman at Caesars Windsor. And Jess is on the line this morning. Good morning, Jess.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Are you at work this morning? What's going on?
No, I'm not. I'm actually off for the next couple of weeks because my son had an accident. So.
Oh, well, sorry to hear that. Well, let's see if we can make things a little brighter for you today. We've got
Perfect.
tickets to go see Shawn Desman every single morning this week. You have the chance to be our first winner. You're going to play a game today called CK Mornings Word Association. I don't know if you've heard this game before, but basically what's going to happen is I'm going to give you 5 words. I'm going to kick Matt out of the room. I'm going to give you 5 words. Matt's going to come back in. I'm going to give him the same 5 words. If he matches one word. That's
one word.
Yeah, we have to set the bar low.
I was gonna say,
never get any
no
winners
confidence
in
in me today.
Okay, here's the deal. You get 1 word, you get 1 ticket. You get 2 words,
Okay.
I'm going to give you 2 tickets to Shawn Desman, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so Matt, I'm going to check you out of here. Okay, so Matt is out of the room here. Jess, I'm going to give you 5 words. Pull Matt back in for the same 5. We'll see if we can match 2 to win today, okay?
Perfect.
All right, here we go. First word I'm going to give you is tackle.
Fishing.
Dentist.
Teeth.
Polka.
Dance.
Bounce.
Ball.
Spade.
Cards.
Cards. All right, okay. Let's pull Matt back in here. You did very well. Jess needs to be quiet there in the other line. Matt, she's back, and she did very well today.
Oh, good.
Yeah, very well. Quickly and efficiently today with her answers. All right, like I said, word association. I'm going to give you the same 5 words. Match 1 word. Jessica gets 1 ticket. She's going by herself like a loser. She gets 2 tickets, or 2 right answers. She gets 2 tickets. If you get 3, I'm still only got 2 tickets to give you, okay? All right, so Jess, just stay quiet. Here you go, Matt. You're going to go with the first one. The first word is tackle.
Tackle?
Yes.
Fishing.
Fishing. We got 1 ticket.
Wow.
All right, Jess.
That was a 50-50 between football and... Oh.
Okay. I'm gonna dance around it here a little bit. Spade is the next word.
Spade? Shovel?
No, she said cards.
Oh, cards. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so no right on that one. Bounce.
Ball?
Oh, man, you guys kick butt today.
Nice.
I thought we'd have a rough one today. All right. Okay, let's see what we got here. Polka.
Dot.
No, she said dance.
Okay.
And dentist.
Dentist. Man. Cavity, I guess.
No, she said teeth. Oh, Jess.
So we just got by.
You just got barely got by today. Wow. Good job, Matt. I don't know if we've ever had 2 right in a round of word association.
Yeah, it's true.
Jessica, big win for you today. You're off to see Shawn Desman December 6th. Are you free that day?
I'm going to be.
Yeah. You got 6 months to come up with an excuse to get out of work. Jess, you got those tickets. You're our first winner. Congratulations.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Subscribe to the CK Mornings In Case You Missed It podcast and never miss an episode. Plus, drop us a rating and a comment too. Listen live weekday mornings at 94.3 CKSY.com.